Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so this is not anything important at all. Usually, when we talk about the NBA, we're talking about movement, or if you listen to me, you listen to me talk about what's wrong with the system, how contracts and all that nonsense. We ain't talking about that right now. Nope. No, we're actually talking about uniforms, jerseys, because they're bringing back some retro jerseys that I think are pretty interesting. And the one that comes to mind is the Pistons teal jersey. The whole world loves this Pistons teal jersey except for me. I thought the thing was hideous. I really did. I thought it was hideous. I thought I hated that entire color scheme. And I think I'm alone. I think I'm the only person that I've ever seen ever say this. I didn't think the teal was as ugly as the red Pistons jersey that they used in that same rotation, because that thing was awful, hideous, beyond. But the teal was respectfully ugly as well to me. I didn't take well to that. I thought a lot of people loved that. I didn't. Now the Raptors uniform that everybody loves, the purple, I really do think that's as classic as people say it is. I love that thing. One of my personal favorite uniforms was the Memphis Grizzlies red. I don't remember what they called that thing, but it was like some type of musical theme to it or something like that. I really like the number font that they use for some reason. That was random. I love that one. I really loved the Laker original. I think it was I want to say the Kobe Yellow 8. I really loved that one before they went to the fat style with the tie. You know, the one we won championships with in the 2000s. Before that, the Eddie Jones rookie Kobe, rookie Shaq. I really like that uniform. What else, man? They got some good ones out there. I've always liked the Blazers color scheme. Black, red, and white is always something I've always loved. White Bulls, Michael Jordan white Bulls, the old school. Love that one. What else, man? They got some good uniforms out there. Yeah, man, just thinking about them. Thinking about some of these uniforms for some reason since they're bringing them back. I like that the Lakers are using the UCLA old school Laker MPLS slash UCLA colors, and bringing back that old school Laker white and light blue and yellow kind of look that we've been waiting for them to bring back to us. I love the Hollywood Knights jerseys that the Lakers used as well. I thought that one was dope. So yeah, man, I'm just randomly going off of uniforms. This is little to talk about, but some of the jerseys are dope, man. Like, I think back on another uniform that I really, really liked was, ironically enough, the Pistons red. I had a Grant Hill. And it's funny because I said the Pistons red is what I hated, but that was a different red, obviously. But we're talking about before that, and of course the blue and original red, the Detroit, Bad Boys Pistons. I love that. I love both of those color schemes, the blue, the red, and the white. I always did like that uniform. Just the whole get down. That's why I'm like, everybody in Detroit, I guess, wanted them to go back to teal, and I'm like, nah. I've always been a blue, red, and white guy. When it comes to my Pistons, I want them to be the original Pistons. This was the alternate that they went to that I was like, why the hell they do this? And they're going back to it. It's like, why? Why are you doing this? And then, like, the Wizards, they're going back to their white uniforms, and I thought those uniforms are okay. When I think about that uniform, there's two players that come to mind immediately. One of them is Antawn Jamison, and the other is Gilbert Arenas, and of course Michael Jordan. But I mean, for me, it's, you think about Agent Zero. He had that uniform on, and he took it to us a lot. The Zelphus, I think it's called Zelphus. I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's a Wizards uniform that they go to that I really liked. That was like a white and goldish kind of thing. I thought that was all right. But then, when you talk about the Washington Wizards, they also have a uniform that I thought was one of the worst I'd ever seen. Where they went, and it's pretty famous too, because Gilbert Arenas made these uniforms famous too. Where they had like a brownish with some stars on the side. I think it was like a different color shorts or something like that. And then it was like a brownish shorts with like some type of two-tone thing going. I don't know. It was awful. They were horrible. Some of the worst uniforms I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, some of these teams, they're repeat offenders. I really hated the Nuggets color scheme when I was a kid. Not the rainbow. That was cool. I didn't have a problem with the rainbow blue. As a matter of fact, that uniform was dope. But we're talking about
when I was a kid in the 90s, when they were going with uh, that brown and burgundy and navy blue. Oh, that thing was hideous. My God, every time we saw the Nuggets, I'm like, Jesus, I really got to watch this. I actually remember as a little kid watching the Clippers versus the Nuggets and discovering that color scheme, saying, my God, they actually walk around and wear this? Like, I'm like 9 years old watching a game, and I'm like, Jesus, this floor is hideous. What is this? So yeah, the Nuggets, but then when they switched it to blue and brought Carmelo Anthony in, when they went to that light blue, that was a vibe, yo. That was a vibe. I really liked that light powder blue Carmelo Anthony throwback 15. That was one of the classics. I loved that era right there. What's something else too that popped in my mind too as I was thinking about that era? Had another uniform that came to mind that I loved seeing out there. It just slipped out of my head. Oh, but I tell you what I hate though, and I don't know how you guys feel about this, but the Cleveland Cavalier color scheme, I hated it so much when they had the navy blue and the yellow stripes. Just most of the color schemes that they had during LeBron's tenure, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I don't know if anybody feels this way, but it kind of ate away at my desire to watch the Cavs. I'm weird like that. Maybe that's just me. But I literally looked at those uniforms and said, it takes the luster out of the NBA Finals when I look at that jean-colored blue and that yellow. Those players were so dynamic. I felt that the color scheme that they were running with during that time completely took away from what the players' energy actually was. Kyrie Irving, LeBron James should have been in something slicker. I love what the Heat had when they went to, their whole color scheme, the black, the red, the white hot, their whole get down is pretty solid. And so anything that they put on for the most part, the black Miami with the gray font, all of that stuff is dope. I like Miami's entire scheme except for, and we'll get to them, when they decided to go with the weird stuff that they did 2 years ago where they went with the flamingo freaking weird Miami colors. I don't know what they were thinking, but that was also a very bad look when they went with that neon blue and pink. No, we can't do that. No, don't have people run around and stuff like that. So yeah, that was a no-go for me. I think about just all of these great uniforms over the years. The Atlanta Hawks back in the day, Pistol Pete with the it's like a lime green stripe or something like that. I kind of like that. That was kind of cool. I'll tell you what I do hate. My God, the Atlanta Hawks uniforms that they had previous to what they got right now. When they put that greenish highlighter color on there, oh my God. Everything else about that was fine. But that highlight greenish yellow that they slapped on there with that gray and black plaid, not plaid, but like squares. I don't know what kind of font it is, but it just was not for me, man. All they had to do was replace that and highlighter green yellow with white or something, and then you had a nice little scheme there. But when they flipped it back to a regular red, regular red and white, Hawks, regular floor the way it is right now, I'm cool with that. I like the way they have it now. Kind of looks like a 1800s font or whatever. Hawks, I like that. Looks like something on the side of a whiskey bottle or something. I'm cool with that. I like how the Hawks have their layout right now. But before that, when they was kind of experimenting with the weird, the jerseys don't match the floor and got some kind of weird highlighted, I don't know, the gray and white, I hated all that. That was ugly. So yeah, this is one of them situations where it's like, believe it or not, I'm actually interested in this type of stuff. I really could talk about this more. I just never gotten around to. So this is a video I'll probably be wanting to make for over 3 years. I just literally talk about these uniforms that I freaking love or hate it. I could do this, and I'm going to. What else? Let's run them down, man. Let's keep it going. I told you guys I like the Blazers colors. The Orlando Magic. It was one of their uniforms that I didn't really love. It was like the T-Mac. The white on, it's like a white color, and then they kind of put some gray on it. and it had like an old school sort of similar font to it, looked like the side of a saloon or something like that. For some reason, I didn't really love that. It stood out in my mind. I could see Turkoglu wearing it. It wasn't nothing special, but I just didn't really love it. I don't know. The Magics are hit and miss, but I did like the Shaq pinstripes. I'll tell you that. The Shaq pinstripes with the black pinstripes with the blue, and the black with the white pinstripes. The Magics had nice stuff. Oh, and far be it for me to talk about this without mentioning the Charlotte Hornets from back in the day. It wasn't really the uniforms that I loved the most. It was more so the jackets and the paraphernalia and everything surrounded. It was just a time where you really were out of style if you didn't have either some Raider stuff or some Hornet stuff. It was just a little time in the 90s where if you didn't have one or the other, it was something wrong. You know, I know Hornets jacket? Yeah, I had me a Hornets jacket for sure. So, yeah, I loved all that, man. I loved all of that. And, you know, thinking about the Clippers, when they changed their uniforms, most recently, I did like what they did with the LA. When you think about the Los Angeles font, they used the tattoo style, and they took their whole floor and kind of like took the map of Los Angeles and traced that out. I thought that was pretty dope. I did. I never give the Clippers too much credit, but I did love what they did with their color scheme when they switched up everything and went that route. I thought it was pretty cool, man. The Bucks. Whew. Okay, Bucks. Look, y'all color scheme been ugly for 40 years, bro. Why? Why does purple and green go together? I don't. Why? Who put these colors together? I've been wanting to say this for a long time because I've seen purple and green go together a lot. I use purple and green together, and I think it's ugly every time I do it. For God's sakes, people, stop putting purple and green together. No more. No more. Purple and green do not go together, man. We got to stop this. I'm putting an end to it. No, I don't like it. It don't look good. Now, I do like the cream that they do, though. The cream, I think that's a nice color scheme. I think they need to revisit that and go that route. Because that's a nice little cream city. All of that's cool. The green isn't bad. I like the green itself. But when you start slapping purple next to it, why? Stop this. Find some dignity here. Remove the purple from the green, for goodness sake. Oh, Utah. Love what Utah did back in the day. It was subtle, but when they put the blue down there and then they had the mountains on the blue, that is literally one of the greatest uniforms in the history of the league, in my opinion. Even though John Stockton and Hornacek used to run around in short shorts that would throw the uniform completely off. But you saw how it was supposed to look when you looked at Byron Russell. He had the regular lengthy shorts on. That was a good color scheme. I like the white ones too. Real, it had like a church vibe to it to me. Their white uniform at that time had like a, I don't know, it felt like a Presbyterian vibe to it. I guess during that time I was going to church with my mother. She was going to a Presbyterian church at the time. I think my dad was going to a Presbyterian church. And a lot of times when I go to those places, they were using light colors like light blues, light greens, slight pinks, heavy whites. So I kind of liken that vibe to what the Utah Jazz were wearing. Kind of like that style. I thought it fit the team. I thought it fit the identity of how they were moving. And I'm glad they kept that uniform in rotation. Yeah, I really did like that scheme there. So yeah, I'm telling you, I could do this all day. Y'all know I go back 30 plus years with the NBA. So, but look at these uniforms my whole dang life. And there's many others that I like as well. Many others. So yeah, man, that is what I wanted to just get up here and vent about nothing important whatsoever. I don't blame y'all for not listening to this. I just wanted to have a little fun, talk a little basketball outside of all this other heavy stuff that we've been talking about for the last week and a half, especially today. I've been so heavy with everything I've been talking about. I just want to come up here and talk about something that is completely insignificant. So that's what it is, man. Hope you guys are enjoying your day. Feel free to leave in the comment section your favorite uniforms and stuff like that. That's actually very interesting to me. I like those type of conversations, just like I like having them here. I'd love to hear from you guys on that. So yeah, man, that's what I got, man. My name's BDF44. I thank you all for rocking with me.